What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is February the 13th. I want to give you a pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else. Starting off, CPI just came out. Not necessarily the best numbers. As you can kind of see, on a month over month, it did increase 0.3 versus the forecast being 0.2. On a year over year, came in at 3.1 versus a forecast of 2.9. Even looking at the true data behind the scenes, energy component did go down 0.9. In other words, other basket items went up quite significantly. So this is the downfall of CPI, especially the energy component. Of course, this is why the Feds like to use PCE rather than CPI. But even if you're looking at the true data behind the scenes, this is not good. So this is why the futures right now are red. So currently 1.58% down. And that's the NASDAQ. And even leading into the CPI release, NASDAQ futures were down about 0.5%. So today seems to be looking like it's going to be a bloodbath. Even looking at the fear and greed index, it went from 78 to 75, still under the extreme greed component, but I feel like today is going to be set back as a result of CPI. Starting off though, SOFI is currently red. This is delayed because it is showing 0.71%, but if you look right here, it is down 4.32%. And so ultimately shorts aren't doing all that much. They're returning 7.6 thousand shares. 16.59% of the free float is being shorted. 151.31 million shares overall are being shorted. So today I feel like shorts are going to have their time in the sun. They're going to be shorting almost everything on the market and probably benefiting quite significantly. But if you are looking at trading this right now with it at 797 pre-market, it is between this S1 and the pivot. So it did fail to hold this 828. So in reality, that's going to be the next strong resistance. And then 729 is going to be that next strong support. So I feel like today, like I said, is going to be more of a consolidation day, and that might be healthy for the long-term aspect of the technicals. Again, do your guys' own due diligence. Moving on though to stock number 2. This one I did cover and did a dedicated video all about them yesterday. So ticker is BMR Imaging. So this one had more of a research collaboration with NVIDIA that was announced. It went up huge. I believe the high was around $34.94. Crazy stuff. And so I did a video saying that it did need to pull back realistically to around the $6 to $10 range. Pre-market, it is up 43.92%. And looking here, shorts aren't doing all that much. And oddly enough, this company isn't heavily shorted. So it's about 6.38% of the free float being shorted. Currently, they're increasing around 13,000 shares. But the news that came out this morning, it shows it's a public issuance. So they're diluting. I see this as a massive red flag. I don't know why it is at pre-market. I did kind of question their balance sheet yesterday and how they would actually be able to even contribute anything to this research agreement. So this kind of answers that. But at the same time, I feel like logically they should have done it together, announced the whole research agreement with NVIDIA and the issuance. So this kind of makes it look like more of a pump and dump in reality. So the fact that they pumped it up yesterday and now they're diluting, I don't see this as a positive thing. So I don't really justify it going up 44%. But then again, what do I know? And also on a side note, I guess yesterday I did say that it has to be at least below the 27 million. So roughly between the 5 to 10 million, that's how the whole agreement is going to be done. And it looks like all in all, it's going to be 12 million that they do receive from this issuance. So kind of right in that regard. But moving on, Shopify. So this one is pulling back initially because of their earnings. Now CPI is just adding some extra icing on top of that. So down 11.92%. In case you don't know what Shopify does, it is all right here. So you can pause it, read through it, do what you need to do. 2.11% of the free float is being shorted, and shorts are increasing about 2,000 shares right now. This one isn't heavily shorted. I'm just bringing this up. The fact that they are increasing does show that they kind of validate the downtrend so far. If you're looking at trading Shopify though, with it at $78.25, so down 12.2%. So clearly this is delayed somewhat, but with it at $78.25, it is between this pivot and this R1. So $78.09 is going to be that next strong support that you'll really want to watch for it to bounce off of, and then vice versa, 83.04. But all in all, not necessarily just Shopify, but a lot of other stocks will probably be more oriented towards the lower percentile if it is trading here. So again, that's just my own interpretation. But moving on though, JetBlue, so ticker JBLU, so that one is up 13.67% because of this news right here. So it looks like there was a $204.1 million investment disclosed, and that was by activist investor 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪. If I'm saying, I don't know, I butchered his name, but you guys get the point. So it does show investors shows a little bit more of a positive sentiment. As far as what shorts are doing though, they are increasing. Very doubtful about validity of that news. So they're increasing around 66,000 shares. 11.47% of the free float is being shorted. 38.7 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost to borrow average is 0.56%. Just for transparency, all the stocks I'm talking on are not squeeze plays. Well, exception maybe BMR, potentially how high it goes. But aside from that though, I'm just bringing this up more as a benchmark rather than anything. And looking right here with it at $6.89, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So 614 is going to be something that you'll want to watch for it to hold the next strong support, and then vice versa, 844 is going to be that next strong resistance. I feel like I don't know if it's going to test this 844 today, doubtful, so it'll probably be closer to the pivot point in my opinion. And finally, Tesla, I just wanted to bring them up because they have been slaughtered. They were once part of the Magnificent Seven, now they're kind of just the grumpy uncle in the back a little bit, but it is down 2.3%. This is what they do, in case you do not know. I'm pretty sure everyone and their dog knows what Tesla is. Obviously it's not heavily shorted as well, so it is being returned 3.5 thousand shares. 3.28% of the free float is being shorted, and 90.81 million shares overall are being shorted. But if you are looking at trading Tesla at $183, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot, so in comparison to a lot of other growth stocks, even in that regard, it is lagging. So you'll want to watch $180.27, that next strong support to hold. Vice versa, if you're looking at swing trading this, 187.57 is going to be that next strong resistance point. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that is kind of floating your boat that's on your watch list? And if so, throw the tickers in the description below. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. As I always say, simply sign up for an account with MULN through $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.